3, 2, 1. Hey, it's fucking raining right now. Let's go shelter under this tree. What's going on? How are you? Much love. I'm gonna put my nuts on the table here and keep a one land hand. I think it's pretty good if we draw a second land, and I'm gonna keep for that reason. What's going on? How are you? Wet fucking winter. Rocking a budget mono white deck. This deck is extremely budget on each other human you control. I'm kind of more interested in, I guess, doing it this way. Tap this. Yeah, this is a human. This deck costs like 10 tickets online. You can tech it out. I've got a little bit of tech in the sideboard. That's annoying. Um, Hoping to draw more creatures. I'm going to... What's a better bet? I'm going to go for the lieutenant this time around. Maybe that's wrong. My reasoning being is at this point, like, we draw humans, we can drop 2. We draw land, we can deck and stone the opponent's stuff. Stone Quarry. That's weird. Are we up against a slow deck? Control deck. Not Needle Spires. We paid money to play in this queue, so is it competitive? Yo, shout out to Craig Wesco, master of the White Weenies. Tom Ross as well. Craig Wesco is really Mr. White Weenie everything, though. Blessed Alliance. So it looks like we're up against Red-White Control. I didn't know this is a thing. We might see a Nahiri here. We might see a Goblin Dark Dwellers. We have all this removal in our hand, which is pretty much dead. Are we going to see a Gideon? Nahiri? Nahiri, that is pretty annoying. I don't like our chances very much at winning at this point, to be completely honest. And that has a lot to do with us drawing too much removal too early. Also our deck costing about 10 bucks. Can't be too helpful. Believe in yourself. You can do it even if you have no money. No, the reality is it takes money. It does take money to be to have a good chance at Magic. One of the things the best players do is they play with the best decks. That's the reality. So we could not attack and try to set up our Hanwire Militia. Seems better to attack. Here's another Stern Constable. I'm afraid of Goblin Dark Dwellers. Wait, it didn't happen. There was no Goblin Dark Dwellers. I'm hoping to see a 6-mana 6/6 Titan. That's what my hope. We're close to winning. If the opponent doesn't have removal, Hanwire Militia Captain's going to flip. We actually won. That was weird. Sideboarding. So I mentioned what you would do if you would tech it out. Copters is a thing. I just have them, so I'm throwing them in here. Gideon is also very good. I don't have. Would throw it in here. Thalia, also very good. Would throw it in here. I don't have those. I'm going to play with the Selfless Spirit instead of Stasis Snare and keep the deck in stone. More creatures. We don't need so much removal, and this should protect from certain removal and sweepers. Also Lantern Scout, so the deck is kind of sweet, I think. I think it's kind of sweet. It's something different. Man, it's wet, it's raining. I'm outside playing Magic the Gathering on my computer. How did life end up like this? And why do some of the people watching think that I'm living some sort of a dream? How did we get here? All right, this hand is a close one. I kept a one-lander, but four-lander might even be worse because we only have one creature. I'm going to gamble and keep this. That is a high chance that was wrong. Tell me in the comments whether you would have mold the first one or mold the second one. This one, we don't really ever need a fourth land, but we do have a good amount of ways to discard cards. So, fifth land, very unlucky, but I set us up for a chance of being unlucky by keeping a garbage hand. So, battlements. Is the opponent playing creatures? Harness Lightning. Cathartic Reunion. I kind of figured. So, yeah, they are going to have the 6-drop Titan in here. How many creatures are in the deck? 32. More than half the deck is creatures. How many creatures have we drawn? 1. Should I have mulliganed? It's hard to say. Like the first hand, it wasn't necessarily correct to keep. It worked well. That doesn't mean it was right. This hand did not work. It doesn't mean it was wrong. But it definitely feels wrong. Like hard to say. Damn, what a beautiful. Yeah, I should probably just move back to Hawaii if at all possible, right? Drown your temple. Cool. I like it. Ramp. Ramp, 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 ramp it up. Next turn they could cast something big. 4 mana. Oh, what costs 3 and a white? It's not refurbish. Pump, pump, pump it up. They're gonna go back and cast a Nahiri, I think, is what we're gonna see. No, we're gonna see a Gid. Yep, there's a Gideon. Nahiri? Nahiri. Yes. Pretty close to scooping. Yikes. Creature, creature, creature. We have so many creatures. Can we draw one? We did draw a creature. Not too shabby. Go always watching and take down the Nahiri. Although at this point, with the opponent at 17, this game will be very hard to win because they can do a bunch of shit. Is there another Nahiri? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Yo, real talk on the MTG Master. This hand is one of the worst hands ever. This hand is so bad. Uh, MTG Mastermind. Some of y'all want to join the Mastermind. A lot of y'all know it's professional coaching that has a cost. And the way I look at it is if you want to be it's not for most of you, but if you want to be a professional tennis player and you have the opportunity to be coached by professional tennis players, you should definitely take that up or you should quit. Really, like it's not for everyone, right? But if you have an opportunity for Roger Federer to teach you how to serve and you're like, "No, I would rather save my money and spend it on rackets and club rental," then you should potentially quit because you're not in the position to do it anyways. I'm sorry if that's mean. If you think that I'm ranting, it's because holy shit, I've drawn so many lands. We're going to hit our 8th land drop here. We've drawn nearly half the lands in the deck. Magic Online, why is it asking me? Alright, well, that worked. We hit them for 6. Alright, combustible gear Hulk, here it comes. Chandra, yikes. Alright, I'm ready to scoop. Scoop, 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 scoop it up. Scoop, scoop, scoop it up. His Magic dying. Will next year be my last year on the Pro Tour? Not actually, because potentially. Oh, interesting. Because of the way the Pro Tour works, I have a silver invite, which I could save for 2018. Hard to get on the Pro Tour. You have to spike back-to-back events to have a chance of being on there. It's like you can win a RPTQ and then top 25 that Pro Tour and then play in the next Pro Tour, and you have to play so you're done. Alright, the opponent does nothing here. Here's another always watching, which is not terrible. If we win this game, it's a testament to how bad our opponent's deck is. For real. Okay, well, we did just kill a Chandra. We're at 20, we have a removal spell. The opponent can obviously cast whatever they have, but it has to actually do stuff at this point, and we do have some answers. Declaration in Stone. Stasis Snare would be a lot better right now. Fumigate, okay. Stasis Snare would be a lot better. Creature? Creature? Any creature. Decent. Yes. Selfless Spirit. We have Deck in Stone. I kind of hate it right now because we don't want to give extra cards, but it'll be necessary if it's necessary. There's a chance of taking a pounding right now from a combustible Gear Hulk that has haste. Yeah, I'm gonna say sure. Uh, you're not drawing 3 cards. We took a fuck ton of damage there. They revealed 12. Combustible Gearhulk is a very random magic card. I like it. I like playing with it. I would not bring it to a tournament. Why? Because to win a tournament, you need to win 80 to 90% of your matches. And Combustible Gearhulk is not going to be amazing 80 to 90% of the time. Sometimes it will be good, sometimes it will be a brick. In order to really win a tournament, it has to always be hot shit. It has to only be insane, always. Okay. We haven't quite lost yet, is the beautiful thing, is the amazing thing right now. Is I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Which is close to dead. Which is close to dead. Am I the Roger Federer of Magic? Probably not. Chandra. We're at 2 life, so that's not good for us. Oh my god, they didn't kill us. They could have just killed us. And they didn't. Refurbish. Alright, well, I concede regardless. I'm gonna just die. Yep. Hoping they would brick on cards. Might as well. Whatever. That was a historically bad draw. I think I'm gonna cut Deck and Stones for Stasis Snares. No, I'm gonna have a mix. That was kind of random. Do we want Smuggler's Copter? Obviously. Alright, I'm gonna unbudget it and put in Smuggler's Copter for the Stern Constables. I unbudgeted. On the play. This hand is pretty decent. It's a pretty decent hand. Fumigate is something we have to be aware of, so I'm happy to have the Selfless Spirits and the Smuggler's Copters. Battle of the budget decks. I don't know if the opponent's deck is not budget. It's got mythics for days, for years, for weeks. It's got mythics, yo. 4th land. Well, man, can we have a decent draw? I guess Gideon would help prevent bullshit, terrible draws from happening. Cathartic Reunion, here it comes. Okay, there's Drownyard Temple. Okay, come on, not a land. We only have 4 removal spells in the deck for a reason, people. Only 2 Deck and Stones. Magic is amazing at how it can take hold of your brain and send you into wild rages and manipulate things. True or false? Magic can send you into a wild rage. Hoping to see another Cathartic here. Harness Lightning. Creature, 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 creature. I keep going back to how I flew to Magic tournaments, and this never happened to me this year. Like, this, who's like story of my life right now? Who's like story of my life? Who's like story of my life? 2 creatures per game, insanely bad draws, and that's the story of my life. Well, that's not the story of my life. This happens to me all the time when it doesn't matter. When it matters, I run good. It's amazing. It could be I don't play decks like this when it matters. And Thraben Standard Bearer. Sure, I'll play this. I mean, we're so far gone at this point. We're so far gone at this point. The opponent is going to have to totally blow it. They're going to have to totally choke on it. Y'all know what it means. Well, the good news is we'll be back, and we'll play at least until we get super lucky. Okay, is our 1/1 gonna do the job here? Another Thraben Standard Bearer. I concede, you win. Congrats. That's alright, that was fun. One thing that Magic teaches, a quick philosophy before we leave. Well, for one thing, you want to level up your game. There's resources in the description. Go check it out. Yeah. Um, so Magic is a lot of things. One of the things is teaching statistics. Another thing that's really big is teaching emotional control. Another thing is teaching how to learn from losses. I wouldn't be playing Magic if I wasn't learning things that were applicable to the rest of my life. And I hope you get the sense of that when you play. Like today, emotional control is key, right? It's okay to have ups and downs, and that's all right. But today, emotional control was a big thing. So yes, and we'll be back tomorrow, and maybe we'll Lexac it then. So take care. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Later.